Oh, are you finished, Microsoft? Alright, I'll take your test. Thank you very much. Well, I see you spelled your name right this time. Good job, Microsoft. Let's see. Well, you can go on home. You go on home. I'll grade your paper later. I'll grade it later. Fuck out of my classroom. Let's see. Let's take a look at their paper right now while they're outside the room. Let's see. Well, I can already tell from the multiple choice they tried to play it safe. They circled C on every question. That's about as safe as you can get. There's no elaboration. They didn't elaborate on any of the answers they gave. How did you get these answers? Where is your work? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is an in-depth analysis of Microsoft's E3 conference. Because I think there's a lot to say from what Microsoft did and what they didn't do. Now, firstly and foremost, what did Microsoft only do in their conference? They only showed games. Now, in no way is this bad. But at the same time, that just shows how desperate Microsoft is to get back in good graces with gamers. But what that also means is that Microsoft's initial strategy to appeal to not just the gamer market, but to appeal to all the normal, electronic consumers out there, they wanted to sell everybody a multimedia device that could play movies, stream all their movies and shit, and do all these different things, and you can buy games for it. But naturally, we already know that that strategy failed. It failed miserably. Microsoft tried to bum rush their ass into a market that's already oversaturated with a variety of multimedia devices that do the exact same thing the Xbox One does. But you don't have to pay yearly for those very same features. So naturally that was not going to work. And by doing that, by trying to appeal to that market, Microsoft concentrated on what? TV and apps and NFL and other bullshit that had nothing to do with gaming. And that's one thing I want to remind the Xbox fanboys, because I saw a lot of them talking about Sony and at Sony's E3, how they talked about some TV, how they talked about apps and television shows and stuff. They only spent like maybe what, 25% of their conference talking about that, maybe even less than that. That's okay. They still talked about games. They also talked about features coming to their platform as well as other entertainment stuff. That's alright. They didn't make that the focus of their conference. What people were upset about Microsoft about was that Microsoft made the entire reveal of their platform, the Xbox One, all about entertainment and television. That's what people were upset about. I mean, for God's sake, the first Xbox One commercial was about NFL. Not Madden. It was about watching the fucking football games. But that's failed. That's history. So Microsoft is doing their best to get back in good graces with gamers. And so this E3, they played it horrendously safe by just playing game trailers. That's all they did. And I gotta say, when you only play game trailers and barely talk about the fucking games, that makes for a boring conference. I mean, for example, Phantom Dust. The guy talked about Phantom Dust for like maybe 1 or 2 minutes, showed a trailer, and that was it. We didn't get to hear what Phantom Dust was about. We didn't get to hear what kind of game it is. All we know is that Phantom Dust was a game on the original Xbox. And not many people know that. How are we going to get excited over just a CGI trailer of 2 magical people fighting and we are not told anything about the game? Doesn't make sense to me. Now, naturally, today we have the age of the mainstream gaming, which is the shooters and all this other bullshit. So naturally, Call of Duty! DLC coming first to the Xbox One. Who cares? Time exclusive DLC, map packs for Call of Duty. Same shit every year. But besides Call of Duty, they showed Dragon Age Inquisition, they showed Assassin's Creed, they showed Dead Rising 3 DLC, they showed the Tomb Raider sequel trailer, Witcher 3, Tom Clancy The Division, a lot of multi-platform games that we already knew about that we've already seen footage of. A lot of it wasn't necessarily a world premiere. We've already seen a lot of this stuff already. But alas, I don't blame Microsoft for that. That's just mainstream gaming today. And it saddens me. I cannot wait until RPGs and other niche, genres make a bigger comeback in gaming. But as far as exclusives are concerned, Microsoft did come out with Turn 10, and they did say they're giving free DLC to those who have Forza 5. And I gotta give them, just a round of applause for that. Because from all the fuckery they did with Forza 5, they damn better well give you some free DLC. They talked about Forza Horizon 2, which we already knew about. They showed a CGI trailer, dynamic weather and stuff. It's basically just gonna be an HD version of Forza Horizon that's already on the Xbox 360. I'm not big into racing games. I did play a few of the Forza games on Xbox 360, but I'm just not a huge racer guy. I'm more of a F-Zero, Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, those kind of racers. Where you can get weapons and shit and battle and all kinds of other crazy mayhem and everything. Which, by the way, the best game like that is Mario Kart Double Dash, which is why I will never play another Mario Kart game unless they release a sequel to fucking Double Dash. Double Dash was the best. But Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive, to me, is a reason to get an Xbox One by itself. It's not because I like Insomniac. It's because Sunset Overdrive is such a unique game amongst all this mainstream fuckery. It has personality. It looks fun. It's bright. It's colorful. And it's a co-op game. Sunset Overdrive is a game to own. And I just might buy an Xbox One used to play that game. If you guys don't have one of these Brita water filtering pitchers, oh, you're missing out. 25 bucks on Amazon. Get it. It is amazing. But here's something that pissed me off about Microsoft's conference. Showing Conquer. Showing Conquer. And he's not even getting a new game. That is the biggest load of bullshit I have ever seen. I was so excited when I saw Conquer. Like, you guys saw me during Microsoft's conference. I was like this. I was on my couch, laying like this, dozing off. Because it was boring. But when Conquer came on the screen, I was just, no way. No fucking way. But guess what? All it is Conquer assets in Project Spark. That's it. Oh, speaking of Project Spark, I don't care about that at all. I was going to play the beta on Windows 8, but I just can't get into installing Windows 8 on my computer because I hate everything about Windows 8. I thought they brought back the start menu. I know there's applications you can get to bring back the start menu and stuff, but I'm not going to support Windows 8 because Microsoft did this whole Metro shit trying to sync up with their fucking phone, with their fucking Xbox, with their tablets and stuff. It was unnecessary. I don't support that. And besides, the stuff they do with Project Spark, with like the Spark time, how you can only play the game for a certain amount of time, and after that you weren't allowed to play unless you paid money or whatever. It just, I don't, you know, even though that feature is now gone, I still don't support that shit. That wasn't a good idea to begin with. It doesn't make sense that they even had that in there. Let's see. Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Now, I played the original Halo games. I stopped playing Halo after Halo ODST. And Halo just doesn't appeal to me anymore. But if I were to get Xbox One, I would get the Master Chief Collection. Because to me, the best Halo games were Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3. All the other ones, they just can't compare. They cannot compare. Those campaigns in those games were fucking amazing. And this Master Chief Collection of Halo 1 through 4 is a true remake. Like, there's very few games that came out this generation and last generation that were true remakes. To where they took that game, they reworked it, and they just made it beautiful, brilliant. A game that was that good was the remake of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 remix. That was fucking amazing. This Master Chief Collection is probably going to be one of the best value games we will ever see when it comes to remakes. Hands down. No doubt about it. You cannot have an Xbox One and not have the Master Chief Collection in your library. Now, let's talk about Scalebound and Crackdown 3. What's to talk about? I don't get excited for CGI trailers unless it is like the most amazing fucking franchise that has not seen a game for a long time. And for me to get excited over a CGI trailer of a franchise, it would have to be like Grandia or Legend of Legaia or maybe Legend of Dragoon. Something like that. That'd be the only time I would get excited. Not Scalebound. A CGI trailer does not tell me what kind of game it is. It does not tell me what the content's gonna be like. Tell me anything. In Crackdown 3, you know, I played the first Crackdown. It was okay. It was fun. It was okay. But I didn't really want to get Crackdown 2. And even if I got an Xbox One, I don't know if I would get Crackdown 3. And what really didn't make sense to me in Crackdown 3 is how they had to run a fucking truck into the guy's, it wasn't, they had to explode one building to throw something at the other guy to kill him, when the guy had a sniper rifle the whole time. If you had a sniper rifle to shoot the fucking truck, why didn't you just shoot the guy in the building that you wanted to kill? I don't know, maybe bulletproof glass or something, but seems like a lot to go through to kill one guy. But overall, you know, Microsoft's conference, it wasn't entertaining, it was lacking content and interaction. It was the safest thing you could possibly do at an E3 conference, is just play trailers and barely talk about the games. What Microsoft did was the equivalent of going to GameTrailers.com, looking up a trailer, watching it, and then letting the website just play everything on a playlist. That was basically their conference. But I do appreciate Microsoft, Phil Spencer coming on the stage and basically, you know, apologizing to gamers for what they have done thus far. I'm going to say it again. Your work is not done. Clearly not done. But I don't know, guys. You know, I was just expecting a lot more. I was expecting a whole lot more from Microsoft because they have so much to make up. But this was a very, very average conference for Microsoft. Very average. I'm not going to give it a score now. I'll give the score when I do a comparison with Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo's conferences head to head to head. And then they'll all get grades. A, through F. Of course, A being good, F being bad. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got to say about Microsoft's conference. You guys will see more videos from me real soon about Sony's conference and Nintendo's conference. And then lastly, the head-to-head with all three conferences together. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.